Hey everybody, good morning. Tuesday morning. You're right. Tuesday, August 13th. Yeah. Wow. Okay, we're moving right along through August. I think is school starting tomorrow? That's kind of exciting, kind of a big deal, kind of fun stuff going on. I think that's always back to school is always kind of bittersweet for me. That means back to getting up early, back to routines and having things a little bit organized and keeping up with, having my organization or lack of organization really affect my children and how that works and how if we're rushing around in the morning and I'm losing my mind, how that can be hard, how I talk to my kids if they forget to tell me about something and then I fuss at them a lot. They're probably not going to tell me about it the next time, and I'm kind of creating a situation there. It's a little intimidating to be around all the other moms who their stuff looks perfect. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, and it's an exciting time too. It's fun. It's fun for kids to be back in school. It's routine is good. Routine is nice. Hopefully, kiddos are getting a little worn out and come home tired, and maybe everybody's getting a little break. So good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see what today I'm going to read. Keep it simple. Daily meditations for 12-step beginners, and I think this is a nice one. I think it kind of ties into a little bit of getting back into the swing of things, getting back where you don't necessarily get to set the schedule anymore, where we have to play by some rules. Okay. Once a spoken word flies out, you can't catch it. And that is an old Russian proverb. We've said many mean words. Our words often hurt the people we love. Our words most often hurt the people we love. We can never really take back those words, but we're learning now to speak with care, that our words have a lot of power. What do we say when we're angry? When we want something? When we're trying to be kind? Now think about this. People will remember our words. If we're honest and careful in our speech, people will respect us. But if we say things to force our will, we may be sorry later. Prayer for the day. Higher power, speak through me today. Action for today. Today I'll ask one question of the person I love the most. Have my words hurt you in my past? Then I'll talk to somebody about this. I think that's a great idea, because I think lots of times we do say things that we don't know are hurtful, especially to our kids. Like, we might think we have a name for them that we think is cute or funny, that they might not, that might hurt them. That might be something that, our parents did to us, or a sibling or a cousin or an aunt or an uncle had a nickname for us that maybe we hated. And they didn't know, or maybe we do know and we keep saying it. I don't know. I think that's a great exercise there to ask, how does it sound when I say this? How does it sound? I think this is a great way to talk to the cashier at Kroger. How does it sound to you? I thought that was funny, but they looked hurt when I said it. And that's something too where you can always be like, oh my God, sometimes stuff just comes out of my mouth. I don't mean it to be hurtful. And I don't know it's hurtful unless somebody else tells me. And also, I don't know unless I ask. So one thing, too, to think about today with how these words come out of our mouths, especially if we're stressed and in a hurry, trying to get kids out the door, trying to do things that are stressful. Think about if you're saying things like always or never. If you say something to your kid like, you never get ready on time, or you always da 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 da, even if you say that to yourself, usually those statements aren't true. There are very few things that people either always do or never do. So that's something to think about, that maybe you're a little stressed. Maybe you need to take a few minutes to kind of simmer down if you're hearing yourself saying always and never. Another thing to think about that I heard a lot in early sobriety, and it actually makes a lot of sense, is HALT, which is HALT, hungry, angry, lonely, tired. And you might want to kind of get a plan together for this. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired. And I think this really works very much so in our kids too. So hungry. Hungry me is a problem. Hungry my kids is a problem. So kind of plan for that. You know, that's one thing too, to kind of stop. And I think as an adult, you can kind of be like, oh, am I hungry? Sometimes you're just thirsty too. So kind of think about that. If you're feeling just like a disaster, kind of think, okay, when was the last time I ate? What did I eat? Maybe I need something. Maybe that's where you just, buy those packs of, at like Walmart, how they have those packs of peanut butter crackers, and just keep those in your purse, keep them in your vehicle, keep them, just throw them at your kids. I've said this before. When my kids were little, I just had a loaf of bread and a jar of peanut butter in the car at all times. And if anybody started getting cranky, if anybody started getting low blood sugar, myself included, I just pulled it out and we made sandwiches, wherever. It didn't go bad. It was fine. So hungry or thirsty, angry. This is one too where you might want to spend some time and think about it beforehand. When I'm angry, sometimes, and we talked about this too, sometimes, counting to 10, sometimes deep breathing, stretching, sometimes that's what I need. Sometimes I need something a little more energetic. Sometimes I need to just, scream into that pillow, shake a pillow, punch a pillow, go outside, go for a walk. The kids used to know when, this is when they were older and I could leave them alone. If we were having a heated discussion and I got really mad, they would watch me. I would just go in the bedroom, I'd put on my running shoes and just out the door. Sometimes I didn't even lock it behind me because I just had to leave. I had to leave and I had to go burn off those hormones, burn off that stress. I had to just go outside and start moving. And, so I think it's good to figure out when you're angry if you need some action or if you need to kind of take it down a notch. So those are good things to have in mind. Lonely. Call somebody, text somebody, reach out. Just say, hey, hey, I'm lonely. What are you doing? Go to a meeting. You can always just go plop down in a meeting. You can come hang out at Beyond Birth. You can, look out, Celebrate Recovery. There are, you can go to church. You can hang out. You can go to the public library. You can go to the park and just say hi to somebody else. Just see somebody else. That's always, there's a difference in lonely and alone. You can change that feeling. You can reach out, just touch base with somebody, just go. I know getting out in public can be overwhelming. So maybe that's when you just call somebody on the phone, text them. Hey, what's up? Most people are usually pretty happy to hear from somebody. So lonely, be aware of that feeling. What does that feel like for you when you're lonely? Some people love it. Some people, it's a problem. Maybe instead of lonely, you've been around too many people and you need to kind of pull away for a little bit. That's an option too. And then tired. Get some rest. I was speaking to a woman who had a rough weekend and she said, I just slept. I just slept. And sometimes that's just the best that we can do. I know too, sometimes I don't have a pool or anything. I don't have a friend with a pool. So sometimes for me, just going and sitting in the tub, with not even hot water, I put kind of cool water now because it's really hot. And that's a nice way to just kind of refresh and just pause, take a minute, even if it's just sitting down, just getting the kids to sit down, go, don't keep pushing yourself. If it's too hard, sometimes you just need to stop. So think about that in advance. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired, and get kind of a game plan together. So when you start, when words start coming out of your mouth that you wish weren't, see if maybe there's one of those things that you can work on for a minute. And you can always, especially with your kids, say, wow, I did not mean that to come out that way. I am so sorry that I said that to you. I'm really, I think I'm hungry. Let's go get a snack. Or, you can always let your kids know that that wasn't what you meant to come out of your mouth. Or, I remember telling my kids too, I'm just really mad right now. I love you. I do not like your behaviors. So I need a minute. And that's another way to just communicate. So let's think of another way to be present with our kids, and that's to be in the moment. Be present with other people. Be present with people who are making big decisions about our lives. Think about how to speak kindly. And if you have some questions about it, run it by somebody. Just ask. Okay. This is just for today, Living the Program. This is page 99 in the basic text of Narcotics Anonymous. We live a day at a time, but also from moment to moment. When we stop living in the here and now, our problems become magnified unreasonably. Patience isn't a strong point with us. That's why we need our support people and our friends in recovery to remind us to live our program just for today. Tell yourself, just for today, my thoughts will be on my recovery, living and enjoying life without the use of drugs and alcohol. Just for today, I'll have faith in someone in recovery who believes in me and wants to help me in my recovery. Just for today, I will have my program of recovery and I'll try to follow it to the best of my ability. Just for today, in recovery, I'll try to get a better perspective on my life. Just for today, I'll be unafraid. My thoughts will be on my new associations, people who are not using drugs and alcohol and who have found a new way of life. So long as I follow that way, I have nothing to fear. And remember, sometimes it's one day at a time, sometimes it's an hour at a time, sometimes it's 30 minutes at a time, a minute at a time. It's okay. You got this. Reach out. You don't have to be alone, not even for a second. Let's close with the wee version of the Serenity Prayer. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today. Amen. Have an amazing day in recovery. Remember to eat, drink some water, sit down when you need to, and think about the words that are coming out of your mouth. And if something comes out you wish you hadn't said, you can always just tell that person you wish you hadn't said it. And, take a moment and connect. So y'all are amazing. We do this together. So we program, and I'll talk to you soon.